John? Hey, here I am. I'm glassing up the bottom of the tube on the tail. Has to be glassed. It gives it the main strength. You can see I've got the patch material already laid out here until we decided to make the video. So once again, we'll put this in the beginning, in the end, and we'll start it out with number 16 when we get there. This is what we do. We cut the material in a strip. This is 1.75 ounces. Put Cabassil along the pipe. The pipe has already been glued in the car with epoxy Cabassil. So then we re-rough the pipe up and then we cover it with the mat, which is how the factory did it. We put epoxy underneath because it just makes it stronger. So anyway, this is now done and it's curing. In the meantime, I'll clean up my mess here on the ground. We do a hot batch. You can see that's already just been done. That's 2 minutes, about what we had. So that's already done. Now while that's kicking, because I have to razor blade trim it before it goes back on the car, I'm going to epoxy in this back brace, which retains the strength of the tail for the tail flaps and the Getsy clamps that hold on the back of the tail. So I'll change my gloves out, I'll mix up some epoxy and go here. We'll be back. All right, I've got the epoxy mixed up, which is of course a little different than the polyester. It's a little stronger, a lot stickier. So what I'll do now is I'll epoxy up this groove. This is the pipe. It comes in the back, the straight in the back. And the tail clamps go through with the Geezy clamps on it. The tail mounts with the Getsy clamps. G-E-Z-E. Pronounce it how you wish. Geezy, Getsy, Gets, whatever. Anyway, it's a ski binding. Everyone wants to find them off old skis, but the old skis have done run out. We remade them, including the Getsy. So anyway, they go right here like this. Now I commence to glue it. Love the finger action. Gotta have the gloves on. This epoxy isn't good for you. It's a great carcinogenic. Not cool. Yummy. Bret's going to man the clecos. It's kind of a two-man job when you got a lot of hardener or a quick batch. Of course, the epoxy is governed by a percentage. And polyester, we can put in as much catalyst, MEK, hardener, whatever as we want to make it go quick. But epoxy has to be done by ratio, because too much hardener will make the batch soft, will make it rubbery. And you don't normally want that, so you have to do it by the book. But in the heat of Florida, you can see I'm starting to sweat here pretty good. This stuff goes off pretty damn quick. In fact, it's already warm on my fingers, and I just finished this batch 2.5 minutes ago. So, okay, Bret, we're ready. Make sure we get enough behind these brackets here. How does it go like this? Change my gloves out here. Okay, Bret's trimming it. Got to do it when it's perfect so it's easy to do with the razor blade. Has to be trimmed because we have to get it back on the car before it really kicks, because it needs to remember the shape so it stays in index. The back is now glued, and I'm cleaning up my mess here a little. While Bret finishes that up, now we're going to head and carry it in the car. Carry it to the car and put it back on real quick. See you in a minute. Here we are now putting the tail on. It's got a cure in place, so Bret's putting the bolts in that hold the tail in. I'm just kind of steadying the back so we can get it started. It has to have index while it cures. All the side pods have already been fit, and the tail's been fit to the side pod, excuse me. Come around here, you can see the bolts here are what hold it inside, and that has to, it's just an index bolt right now just to keep it there. Bret will put this one in it while it cures. Hey, here we are, 16. Remember we went through all the tail stuff and we were going to do the final on the tail opening and closing. We'll do that later. Bret wanted to get it on the table to now weld up everything on the bottom. So remember, while it's all bolted down, we can't get to the pipes on the underside. So over it goes, we just put it on a couple tables, we weld up the seams. Of course, during the same time, photographer pan in here, Bret pressurizes the chassis here with this little valve. And now we search out the leaks. We can hear them, and if we get close and hear them and can't, actually finally put a little soap with water, Windex maybe, and it'll bubble. But right now we still have some pretty good holes. Bret is welding up part of the bracket for the master cylinders, and just carrying on. This is the bottom of all the new stuff that's been put on the back of the car, and it's all indexed, everything fits real nice. And now it's about a day's worth of doing the last little detail jobs. But anyway, you got to remember the hats. I don't have any more hats. I'm going to start inventing them. One of our avid watchers said I remind him of Soupy Sells. If you know who Soupy Sells is, for fang, 16 and out.